It's just really great to have people come together and want to get the truth out there.
The IVAW tour it needs to continue, firstly, and needs to spread consciousness and keep educating the people of this country about the realities and how it affects not only the veterans but the civilians, because there's really no difference between us civilians and the people who are veterans. And I feel really great because I got to hear a lot of first-hand experiences, and I got to see the chance to see that there's a great number of awakenings going on, not only within the veterans, but also with the soldiers who are on active duty. And it's our responsibility as citizens, as civilians, to stand hand in hand with our veterans.
The big disappointment is that we don't seem to have learned anything since Vietnam, you know, and it just, when 9/11 happened, my son, it was within a couple of weeks of taking my son off to college, and I was just, you know, 9/11 just, I think I got PTSD from that, you know. My Vietnam era service was, you know, no combat at all, but like, I just knew when like 9/11 happened that this was just the brave new world, you know, and I told myself
how I can support without being supportive of the war, understanding, you know, the way I was raised, the military is not cool, like, you know, very anti that, and then to think that, you know, these people are being thrown away and how to support them. And it's still scary.
The main thing that you can say is the post-traumatic stress disorder, and there's always a level of adaptability. Of course, when they first get home, they're not really functioning the way that we consider normal, and there's always a process of reintegration into society that the military really doesn't help them at all in that aspect, aside from giving them pharmaceutical drugs or some kind of BS therapy. There's no like real human embracing going on, is what I see.
Last year, I had gotten a new housemate who happens to be a vet who's here tonight and who's involved with the IVAW, and just getting close with him and hearing his experiences just changed my view entirely on what it really means to support the troops, you know, and what that is like, and what their experience is and their emotional struggle. Being close with him and then hearing other people's stories and seeing just how it's just very intense, and you know, it's fascinating to me because I listen to my friend, you know, share his feelings about what he has experienced with me, and it seems like, you know, there's this sense of, you know, I'm alone, you know, and that there's nobody there for me, you know, even if there is family and friends, and tons of other vets who have the same feelings and the same experiences, and it's just really great to have people come together and want to get the truth out there. So yeah, it's just really great.
I believe that the only way that we are going to win this, quote unquote, and the only thing that we can do is to spread consciousness and keep educating people inside the military and outside of the military, and constantly work to strengthen our ties and, you know, work hand in hand and not overlook the people that have been there, and also not just the Iraqi war, but the ones that have already gone by. We need to learn from those mistakes and incorporate the people that have been there and that were in the last big social change. Take their advice.
it's affected my whole life, and the sense of betrayal that people my generation were talking, and you're, you know, those young people too, you know, they fill your heads full of all of this patriotic horse shit, and it's the first thing that gets, I mean, and I knew that recruiters lied to you. I made sure I got everything in writing. I mean, I had the benefit of some prior training dealing with joining up, you know. I didn't get hoodwinked at all, but I knew what was coming. And even then I didn't know what was coming, but, you know, it's almost like, I think part of what needs to be done is to take it to the earliest. The kids have got to understand that. I had a kid ask me at the middle school if I'd ever killed anybody. You know, and I said, Jesus Christ, that's an utterly inappropriate question to ask somebody, you know. But they're so desensitized that it's, you know, they kept wanting me to describe to them how my time in the Navy was like some video game or something, you know. And I said, it's not like that at all, guys. These video games aren't teaching you shit, you know. You know, where the younger generation is at, it just leaves me speechless at this point. But there's got to be the resistance. There just has to be the resistance.